Hey, welcome. My name is Kelsey. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I'm going to be doing a Boxycharm recap video. So I'm actually not subscribed to Boxycharm anymore, but when I was subscribed to Boxycharm, I would like to do recap videos. So for a while, I was reviewing the previous months when I would unbox the current month box. But after a while, I actually started to realize I needed a little bit more time to kind of like get my thoughts together and then review the products that were in the box. So I was doing quarterly Boxycharm recap videos. I kind of realized the other day I never talked about my last few Boxycharm boxes that I got. So the last 2 months that I was subscribed was January and February of this year. And January, I got the regular box and the premium box. February, I just got the premium box. And I've been sitting on these products for a long time, and I don't know why I never filmed this video. And so I feel like it's just about time to do this. And so I thought I would share my thoughts. So let's jump in. We're going to start with January's regular box, just like the regular old Boxycharm box. And actually, looking back when I was like gathering all of these products together, this may be one of my favorites. And it's just the regular one, $25 a month. So the first product is a concealer. This is from Pretty Vulgar. This is the Undercover Concealer, and I have it in the shade Little White Lies. And it's a gel concealer. This is really interesting. I kind of forgot about this, and honestly, a few of the products that were in these boxes, they've just been kind of like stowed away in my vanity for a little while, and so it was nice to try and pick these products out and be like, oh my goodness, I should use that more, or like, I remember I really liked that product, why am I not using it now? And this was kind of one of the products that I forgot about, but I also put it in my vanity because I was like, you know what, I can't wear this right now. It's a little bit dark for my skin tone, especially in winter. I did wear this the other day because it's starting to get that time of year where I'm getting a little bit of sun. And so it's still a touch deep for me, but it's a really comfortable formula. So there's not a ton of coverage to this, but it lays really well on the skin. So like when you put it on and blend it in, whether it's by a brush or a sponge, it like becomes one with your skin. It just looks like really healthy. It's not super dewy, but it's also not matte. It just looks like your skin, but just a little bit better. Like just gives it a little bit of a coverage. It's not like my ideal concealer formula. With a concealer, I like to have a little bit more coverage, where foundation, I'm good with just being like a light coverage. Because concealer is what I'm going to go in with to like cover spots or like go under my eyes. And so I want to have a little bit more coverage with that. But that being said, this is super comfortable. My ideal way of wearing this is to put it on just on top of primer, blend it out, and then use a powder foundation over it. And it seems to wear that way really great. And I can get kind of like a buildable coverage that way. The next item is something that I wear all the time. It's a liquid lipstick from Manna Kadar, and it's the Lip Whip, and I have it in the shade Dream. This could be one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. I wear this all the time, and like I don't typically love liquid lipsticks, but this one is one that I actually really enjoy. So it's a really light formula. And the color is really pretty as well. This is a great color, a nice kind of like mauve-y pink, but there's a little bit of a warmth to it. It's like a really neutral pink, which I tend to really enjoy neutral pinks, whether it's for lip products or blushes. They're kind of my favorite. And this is so comfortable. It wears so well. Once you have it on your lips, like a nice thin layer, once you let it dry, you don't feel it. Like it doesn't feel like a thick liquid lipstick on your lips. It just kind of feels like a lip liner almost. Like you can definitely feel there's something on your lips, but it's comfortable, it's movable. It's not like your lips feel like they're like sucked dry. And it really lasts all day. I wear this to work often, and I always eat lunch at work and I'm sipping on coffee, and it really lasts really well. I always have the issue of like transferring down to my chin with my lip. If I'm like eating or talking a lot, it just kind of like transfers to my chin. Even with like a liquid lipstick that's not supposed to budge, it just always happens. This, I don't get a lot of transfer, which is really nice. I got 2 palettes in the month of January. The first one is a face palette. This is from Wander Beauty, and it's the Trip for Two Blush and Bronzer Duo. This is another product that I just kind of forgot about. Like, I forgot I had this, and it's stunning. This is such a pretty product. The blush and bronzer both just have this like really healthy sheen to them that just adds this like life to your skin. It doesn't come across super shimmery or like overdone or too dewy. It just is like the right amount of like sheen to your skin, and it looks beautiful, lasts really well as well. And this packaging is like really cute. I love this. It's so cute. The other palette is from Ace Beauté. This is the Scarlet Dusk palette. Now, I actually chose the other palette for January. You had the choice of 2 palettes. It was the Scarlet Dusk or like something Dawn, and it was more of like a greeny yellow orange palette. And I chose that one at first because I thought it looked more interesting. And then I got it and I was like, oh dang, I'm never gonna wear this because it was like really colorful. So I traded someone for this palette, which I should have just gone with in the first place. This is also very pretty. I use this all the time. I love the like mauve-y pinks and like the wine colors, but then also kind of like a hot pink kind of row. And these shimmers are beautiful. This like peachy shade is great. Especially with my like orange hair now, I'm loving this palette. It's just like plays off of my hair really well. And Ace Beauté makes great shadows. They're usually super pigmented. I feel like with this palette, it's not as intense as the one that I've tried before. They're easy to use, they're blendable, they're definitely pigmented, and the shimmers are great as well. These 2 are my favorite, no shocker there, but they're beautiful all over the eye. I just like take my finger and like smudge them on the eye, and then like take this peachy color, put that in the crease, and that's like an easy peasy look. Or like this like dusty rose color, super simple look. Or I can go in with a little bit more depth with these like kind of berry colors. It's just such a great palette, and I was not expecting it at all. So I love this. The last item from the January box is from Avant, and this is a very expensive skincare brand. This is the 8-Hour Radiance Renewal Sleeping Mask. I have used this quite a bit, not recently. I am in a skincare detox right now. I'm only using specific products because I'm trying to kind of like calm down a few things and just like figure out. I was breaking out from too much skincare. Anyways, I was using this in the winter, which is probably a better time for me to use this in general. It is pretty heavy, and you want to use it at night. It's like a sleeping mask, but you apply it like a moisturizer, and then in the morning when you just wash your face, it just kind of washes off. So this was great in the winter. I was using it maybe like once a week, especially if I had used like a mud mask the night before, because it just felt like I needed a little bit of extra moisture. This was really great. And I have another moisturizer from this brand, and neither of them break me out or cause any issues with my skin, and so I really appreciate it. So this box was honestly, like I said, like probably my favorite box from January and February, and it was just the base box. But these 5 items I have gotten such good use out of. The one I probably used the least is the concealer, and really it was just like a seasonal thing because I wasn't quite tan enough for it yet, but I think I can start using it now. But the lip product I love, the eyeshadow palette, the blush bronzer, the moisturizer, it's all great. And this is like a really high value. I think this retailed for like $60 or $70, and that's like so much more than the $25 box just right there. This is my second time filming this video. The first time, the audio was so terrible. I had the mic turned up way too loud. And this time I swore I was gonna go so much faster, but I'm not, and I feel like I'm talking so much, so we're gonna try and speed this up. January premium box. Let's jump in. I got a lot of skincare in this box. The two main ones being this Tula Keep It Clear Acne Foam Cleanser. I just haven't had a ton of luck with this brand. I've had a few masks from them. One of them was okay. The other one broke me out terribly. This one I feel like kind of breaks me out. I just tend to do better. Even though I have acne prone skin, I kind of tend to do better with not acne products. So this one has been in my bathroom for a little while, but I'm probably going to pass this on soon. And the other one is from Bliss, which I do really enjoy Bliss products. I have a few other things and they've worked great. This is the Pore Patrol Deep Detox 4 Clay Souffle Mask. And this one is nice. I do really enjoy a clay mask. I think it does well for my skin. It helps with oiliness. It helps to cleanse the pores. It's fine. It's not like my go-to mask, but it's been good. So I can kind of like take or leave this product. The other product that was kind of like skincare, like I kind of count this more as skincare, is from Fray Ollie. This is the Liquid Glass Radiance Make Skin Serum. And it has hyaluronic acid in it. This is a product that was like super hyped on Instagram and like Facebook and YouTube a while ago, and I just never got into it. You're supposed to use it like before foundation as kind of like a primer or something. I don't use it in the place of primer, but I have used it before foundation a few times, and it's nice. I just don't reach for products like this. So it's really liquidy, but it's supposed to add this like nice glowiness to your skin. And honestly, it does. Like there is definitely a glow. There's no shimmer, there's no glitter. It just adds this like really hydrated glow to your skin. I've used it under more of like a full coverage foundation as opposed to like a sheer foundation, just to give my skin a little bit more life underneath the full coverage foundation. And it's been all right. It's just not something that I would like normally reach for all the time. But this, I believe, has a pretty high price tag of like $40 or something. So really cool to try in a Boxycharm. I just don't use it a ton. In January, we also got this like big brow kit. This is from Billion Dollar Brows. We got a little brush that I don't really ever use. It's like a little smudge brush. We got a clear brow gel, which this is actually okay. The wand on this is a little big and it has some hold, but it's not like terribly great. So I usually will keep this in my makeup bag and like bring it with me if I need to like touch up my brows somehow, and it's all right. This I haven't really used a ton. This is the Brow Duo Pencil Conceal and Highlighter. This dual-ended concealer and highlighter, but it's just like a cream formula kind of, like that's the highlight side, which is essentially the color of my skin tone. I think you're supposed to use it to like clean up your brow line or something. I just don't have the patience or like want to do that, and so I just haven't really used this a ton. The product from this set that I have used is the Universal Brow, what is this called? It's like all rubbed off. Universal Brow Pencil, and this is kind of nice. Like I'm wearing this on my brows today. I really enjoy a brow pencil that has like a little bit of a larger tip to it. Like the Brow Wiz is not my ideal kind of product. I want something that I can just like go in really fast and just be done. I loved the IT Cosmetics Universal Brow Power or something. I actually just finished that. I've been working on it for like 2 years and I just finished it. And so this is kind of what's taking that place in my collection. The spoolie on this is pretty nice. I like the ones that are a little bit shorter, not like super fluffy. And so this has been good. I've been using this for probably like the last 2 weeks or so in my brows, and it can be a little heavy. It really comes off like super fast. Like it's like a really creamy formula. So I just like barely touched my hand there, and that's a lot of pigment to come out. I can go in with a really light hand and get like a simple brow. It just makes them pretty bold, like pretty fast. But I don't mind. The last two products from the January premium box are eyeshadows. So this is a single shadow from Kat Von D, and it's in the shade Lolita, which was like her really popular lip color, and I think she made like a whole collection with this color. This one's just a single shadow. It is nice. It's very pigmented and it's pretty dark. And so I have used it a few times. The one time I used it that I kind of enjoyed was doing like a monochromatic look. So I put this all over the eyes, and I actually used it as a blush, like very lightly with a duo fiber brush. And then I also just like tapped it on my lips on top of like a lip balm. And I got this really cool, just like monochromatic, kind of like deep mauve-y pink color look all over. And it was really nice. It looked really cool, but it's really dark. And as an eyeshadow, I just don't reach for it because it's a single and it seems hard and annoying to use. And then the last thing from January premium box was the Too Faced Palm Springs Dream palette. This palette's kind of funny because I feel like when I first got it, I didn't use it at all. But this is another palette that I've just started using recently. Like, I think it's because of the hair. I'm just getting more inspired to use different colors. I mean, I haven't used like the blue or anything, or I don't really like this like bright gold either. But pretty much all the other colors I have used. I really enjoy this. It's called TFTI. I don't know what that stands for, but this like bronzy metallic shade I used all over my lids the other day and just like blended it into the crease, and it looked so cool and it looked so good with my hair. But my everyday kind of look is like using a few of these like lighter matte colors, maybe using this color on the lid. It's a really pretty like pinky gold color. So I've been finding this palette quite enjoyable recently, while at the beginning I didn't. Kind of like that Ace Beauté palette. I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone more. And then finally, let's move on to the February premium box. The first item and like the main ticket item was this. It's a straightener from Sutra. I chose this as like my choice item for the month. And I was pretty excited, like I'm not gonna lie. I was getting kind of sick of skincare and makeup, so a hair tool was quite nice. I do enjoy this straightener. I use it often. I've straightened my hair with it, I've curled my hair with it multiple times, and it works really nice. There's a temperature adjustment dial in here, which works really great. There's a little on and off switch, and I've just had really good luck with this. I think it's a nice straightener. I don't remember what they said the retail value on this was, but it was probably like some astronomical amount of like over $100. And I would never spend, well, probably would never spend that much on a straightener. Maybe, I don't know. But I don't know if I would pay $100 for this, but like 40 to 50, sure. Am I glad I got it in my Boxycharm? Heck yes. And so I do like this. This is, I mean, out of everything, this is probably the thing that I use the absolute most, which kind of makes sense. An item I was like kind of really excited to get in this box is a body butter, which seems not exciting, but I was excited. This is from Korres, and it's the Mediterranean Vanilla Blossom Body Butter. I really enjoy this. It is vanilla. I've always loved vanilla scents, but this one has a little bit something extra to it. It has like a little bit of like a floraliness to it. I think it kind of smells like jasmine, like a jasmine vanilla, just like really light. And I totally love this. I keep it by my vanity, and like I'll put it on my hands in the morning, usually after I'm like done with my makeup or like done with my face makeup. I'll put it on my hands and kind of like rub it up onto my arms, and I feel like it just adds this nice like lingering scent throughout the day, but nothing too heavy, just like a nice light vanilla scent. And this is really great. I was surprisingly pumped for this product. The next thing from this box was kind of a controversial item. A lot of people were talking about this. This is the 24 karat gold foil moisturizer from Vysya or Fakai. I don't know how to say that. but this was supposedly purchased from Alibaba and then like repackaged and sold to Boxycharm for a Boxycharm box and with a value of like $100. But people were like looking up information and it wasn't worth that much. This is just an interesting moisturizer. So it's like a gel, but there is a ton of like gold glitter in here, or I guess it's 24 karat gold. It is heavily fragranced. It's like cologne fragranced. It's not even like a skincare fragrance. It's just like, oh, that's cologne. I'm putting cologne on my face. Perfect. I will say it doesn't feel terrible on the skin. I've used it probably 10 to 15 times and I didn't notice anything weird. Like I didn't feel like it was like breaking me out or anything, but it's just the fragrance is hard to get behind. And so I am keeping this for right now. Like it's like a backup moisturizer in my collection, but it's definitely not something I'm like excited for or like constantly reach for. I got two like prep and set kind of items in February. This is the Tarte Base Tape Hydrating Primer. I actually really enjoy this primer. I was kind of surprised. I had actually just gotten the Laura Mercier Hydrating Primer like right before I got this, and I was enjoying that. But I actually like this better. So I gave the Laura Mercier one to a friend because I was like, I actually like this one better. It's a little bit more like pore filling while being hydrating. I'm wearing this today and I feel like I have not gotten super oily throughout the day, and I was working earlier. And it's almost 5 p.m. and I did my makeup at like 7 a.m. So I've had my makeup on for a long time. I was working and like I would normally be super oily and I am not. And so that's really great. So while it is hydrating, I feel like it has other benefits besides just hydrating. It just like really makes your makeup last, but it also has like that pore filling that I love and need and feel like I need for my makeup. So I really enjoy this and was quite surprised. And then the setting one is from Glow Recipe. This is the Watermelon Glow Ultrafine Mist. I like this. Like, it's not a product that I'm like crazy about. I love the Smashbox priming water. Like, that's my favorite spray, but like that's my go-to setting spray. This is nice. It does have like a really nice fine mist on it. It is quite fragranced. Everything from this line smells like watermelon candy. The moisturizer I feel like smells more fragranced. This isn't as much. Or maybe it just goes away faster and is like lighter because it's in small little particles instead of a moisturizer. But I had this in my vanity for like the last month and I feel like it changed color quite a bit, which I think is kind of normal from this product. I feel like when I first got it, it was more clear and now it's more milky. Nothing that I'm worried about, but just something to note, I guess. But this is really nice. It is a little bit like hydrating. It does bring a little bit of glow to your skin. But honestly, because the mist is like so light, I don't use a ton of it anyways, and so I don't notice like a huge drastic change in my makeup, but it's nice. It's a refreshing mist to spray on your face, I guess. The last item from February premium box is an Hourglass Blush. I was so excited when the spoilers started rolling out that we were getting an Hourglass Blush in our Boxycharm. I was so excited because I've never tried anything from Hourglass. And so when I opened my box, I was a little bummed to get this color. This is the shade Diffused Heat. I opened it and I was like, great, never using this. This is like hot pink. And then I put it on my skin and it's not like my favorite shade, but it is way more wearable than I had initially thought. Here it is here. It's just like a really sheer, glowy pink. And so I do wear this every so often. It's definitely not my go-to, but it is really pretty. It's pretty on the skin. It adds a really nice life to your skin. And it's solid. I'll definitely keep this around for a while. So those were all of the products that I got from January and February of 2020 in Boxycharm. So you might be wondering, like, hey, why aren't you subscribed to Boxycharm if you enjoyed it? Good question. I did enjoy it. And I also have too many things. So December and January, I got 2 boxes both months. I got the regular box and the premium box both months. And that just like, that was a lot. Like for some people you might be like, why was that a lot of products? That doesn't seem like a lot. It felt like a lot to me because I was trying to like gather my thoughts on things. I was trying to like actually use things. And I just couldn't. Like, there was just too much stuff to use. And on top of that, I just don't need all of these things. Like, I love trying new stuff. And it was really fun with Boxycharm being able to try new things because you're not choosing things. So sometimes it's hit or miss. Like you saw in this video, some things are great. Some things don't work for me. Some things might work for someone else. And so it's a really great way to build your makeup collection. And that's essentially what I did with it. I had Boxycharm for over 2 years and it built my collection. And it was really cool to see Boxycharm grow through that period. When I first started Boxycharm, you would get a lot of products that were like not name brand or like not brands that you would recognize, like not Ulta brands or Sephora brands, but just more like indie brands, which are cool, but sometimes those are a little bit more hit or miss. And sometimes you would get products that were like crazy colors. And I feel like now Boxycharm does work with a lot of like high-end makeup, high-end skincare, and things are a little bit more like neutral. Like you are pretty much gonna get something that's usable. And so I feel like Boxycharm is great. I know Boxycharm is great. I just am not in the position where I need to be building my makeup collection with stuff that I am not necessarily going to use. Right now, the only kind of products I want to buy are like things to actually like refill, or if I'm like really dying to try a new foundation or like face product or like a new eyeshadow palette that I've just been dreaming about for months. That's the kind of stuff I want to be spending my money on now because I have lots of filler. And I feel like I'm trying to decrease the amount of makeup that I have in my collection now. And Boxycharm just is like not working with that kind of lifestyle. I will always have like a ton of makeup. I love makeup. I love playing with makeup. I love trying new things. Like there's just something so exciting about trying something new. Is it gonna be like your new favorite? Is it gonna be all right? Is it gonna be terrible? There's just something so exciting about that. And I feel like it's more special now for me if I can pick those items out instead of them just being like sent to me randomly. But it's dealer's choice, I guess. But I did love Boxycharm. I think it's an incredible value. $25 a month for the base box, and the premium was $35. And I loved the premium box. I got some great skincare. I got some great palettes, great makeup. I'm just at the point where I don't need any more. So that's why I unsubscribed from Boxycharm. I have been very tempted in like this last month to be like, should I subscribe to Boxycharm again? Or like I'll go in and look at like spoilers or watch people's unboxings, and I miss it a little bit, more so for like the thrill of getting something new than actually like the products. Because I feel like I've seen people unbox products the last few months and I've just been like, nah, I don't need any of it. And so those are kind of my thoughts, but thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, hearing some of my thoughts on Boxycharm, some reviews of products I've gotten recently-ish. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already. I would love to have you around. And until next time, bye guys.